Declan Hannon, congratulations on an amazing hurling career over 15 years. Now that you've retired, I mean, you know yourself, you must have amazing memories.
Yeah, thanks very much, Marty. Great memories, I suppose, going back through the years and the different teammates and the different management teams. There's plenty of stories to tell. So yeah, looking back, fantastic days, with friends, family. But of course, like in the middle of that, there's plenty of tough days as well that, you probably often said, God, is it worth it all? But I suppose that's what makes sport such a beautiful thing, that it's not always plain sailing, and I suppose those hard days made the good days a bit sweeter.
Can you remember getting the call up when you were just, 17 years of age?
I can. I think Donald O'Grady was the manager at the time, and I was doing my leaving cert, and I'd say Mum and Dad were probably saying concentrate on the books or whatever, but we gave it a go, and look, it was the start of a nice journey for myself. Plenty of, as I said, plenty of ups and downs along the way, so yeah, Donald O'Grady was the first phone call anyway.
You started as a forward, so when did they move you back to the half-back line?
I'd say when they realised I wasn't a good forward. I'd say 2017 when John came in and Paul Connerk, and I suppose they said, give it a go, I suppose, see what happens. And yeah, look, sure, when I was underage, I suppose I was more of a back than a forward. But look, to be honest, if you're asked to play anywhere with Limerick or your club or whatever team you're involved in, you just have to do it and do it as best you can and see what happens. So look, touch wood for us, it worked out okay.
Can you look back and reflect and say, my God, we didn't think this was going to happen to us, because your record is incredible. 6 Munster Championships in a row, 5 All-Irelands, you being the record holder in terms of the most All-Ireland winning captain in terms of senior hurling. Did you envisage all this was going to happen?
No, you couldn't have really. I just remember being at home and poking around with the brothers, and you pretending you're in the Gaelic grounds or Thurles or Crow Park or whatever, just dreaming of getting there someday. And it was tough at times in Limerick, and we were struggling to get over games and get through games. But I suppose you just have to keep going and keep ploughing away and see where it takes you. And lucky for us, once we made that breakthrough in 18, I suppose it gave us the confidence to kind of say we are good enough to compete at the highest level. And what happened afterwards has been sensational for the county. And look, we're just so proud to represent our family and the county and everything like that. And they're great days. So yeah, just again very, very lucky.
The All-Ireland in 2018 to lift the Liam McCarthy after 45 years. Last time was 73. What was that like, that moment? Is it still up at number one in terms of your own personal joy?
I think it has to be, yeah. Like, there was such an outpouring of emotion from, I think in particular, the older generation that had been following Limerick for so long, and there had been plenty of bad days, that to just get over the line and for Liam McCarthy Cup to come back to Limerick after so long, I think that will always be number one. I also do think the COVID year was interesting. It was just our group the whole time at training. It was just our group going to games, just our group in Crow Park. Actually, you saw a photo earlier on today. It was an empty Crow Park, obviously, after the 2020 final, and it was just the whole team and management after getting a photo in the middle of the pitch. And there was something beautiful about that as well. But look, you could talk about a lot of good days. So look, those two are probably the main ones anyway.
6 Munster Championships in a row. As a Limerick man, as you know, being from the province of Munster, the Munster Hurling Championship has its own gravitas. But to do 6 in a row, remarkable.
Yeah, but like, I suppose as players, and it sounds so boring like that, we just took it game by game, and we scraped by a lot of games. It's not as if we were winning all these games by 10, 15, 20 points or anything like that. I remember in 2023 in the Gaelic rounds we played Cork and we won by a point. If it was a draw, I think we were out of the championship. We obviously came up against Clare and went to extra time numerous times, or went down to the wire numerous times in those games. So they're very much nip and tuck, but 6 in a row Munster Championships is unbelievable. And again, like, just so lucky to have been a part of that, and I don't know, it's just very proud, like.
So how do you feel today? Was this a difficult choice to retire?
Look, I suppose my life outside of hurling is busy. Probably in Dublin a lot now, so when you look at it that way, it wasn't. But it's something you've loved for so long, and you've journeyed with so much of your best friends for so long that you'll miss that, of course. You'll miss the camaraderie and the relationships that you've built up over the years. But life goes on. You have to move on to the next thing, and yeah, plenty of exciting things to come as well.
You're going to miss it, aren't you, Declan? I mean, your life from 17 to 32, 15 years playing with Limerick, and that whole intercounty scene is now over.
Of course you'll miss it. Like, I won't miss running around Rackeel in December and January or anything like that, but as I said, you'll miss the the crack, and as I said, your best buddies are in there, and you're so used to meeting them 5-6 times a week that that's probably over now, that you'll meet them sporadically, which is very sad. To be honest, they're a great bunch of young men, and I'm very proud to call them friends. So from that point of view, 100% will miss that.
You do realise that what you achieved, and your team achieved, I think has given great life and pride to the people of Limerick. I mean, they just seem to be bouncing around the place with a step ever since you arrived on the scene. That's a huge psychological thing and a huge impact.
Yeah, I think so. I think after 2018 it definitely gave the county and the city and the people a lift and a boost confidence-wise, even for us as players. It gave us the confidence I don't think we ever thought we had. So it's amazing what sport can do, and what sport can do to a city and to the people. And I suppose I could take this opportunity to say thanks to every single person in Limerick, young and old, who followed us throughout the years. Good days, bad days, and everything in between. They're amazing, and I hope they have enjoyed the journey as much as I have anyway.
I know I probably asked you a moment ago, but was this difficult for you to say, I'm ending this? This has been my life, but I'm closing that chapter.
It wasn't, Marty. It's been part of your life, I suppose, but it can't go on forever. I can't look back and say it didn't work out well. So I'm lucky, I've got to spend hours upon hours with some of my best friends, spending great days, heartache with them, experienced a lot, and to do that in 15 years, I can't. I don't know. It's sad, but life goes on. We'll move on and get on to the next thing.
What's Louise's reaction? Is she delighted to have a little bit more of you?
So we could end up killing each other at some stage with all the extra free time now. But no, we're busy. Look, it's great. We're still so young and have a lot of living still to do. So very much looking forward to that as well.
Well, on behalf of all the GA people, whether they're from Limerick or not, I'd say, Declan Hannon, you've been outstanding and an outstanding ambassador for Limerick and hurling, and what you achieved was remarkable. So well done, and enjoy the next chapter of your life. Well done.
Thank you very much, Marty. Cheers.